Blue whale facts part 2. Everybody was freaking out that blue whales are the largest animal of all time, even including the dinosaurs. Yeah, that we know of. The caveat is that we know of, because the only time that there would have been a bigger animal doesn't exist today, obviously. And in the past, where we would find the fossils for it would be at the bottom of the ocean, which we haven't explored much because there's too much pressure down there from the water, so we just haven't found it yet, if there is one. But it definitely wouldn't have been on land, because it would have been crushed under its own weight. When you have let's say a blue whale on the land, right? So it's 100 feet long, 80 to 100 feet long, and about 300,000 pounds is a blue whale, right? So having an animal try to be on land at that weight and size would require, one, a lot of muscle and energy just to sit up, right? Yeah, not let alone move around. But two, bones that are the size of like tree trunks. Like, you would need bones that are huge to not crush under its own weight, because when you get to allometry, which is the scaling of animal physiology with size, which I can get into another time. But basically, as you get bigger, you kind of exponentially need a wider, more sturdy base, right? And that is just too much. It's too much. And so the ocean is the only place that you can do that, because then you're not really worrying about gravity, right? Not as much, at least. So it would cost too much energy. Now let's talk energetic cost. Everything has an energetic cost. You don't move at all, and there's an energetic cost, because you got to keep your organs functioning, right? There's metabolism you have to worry about. There are then, with moving and stuff, reproductive energetic costs and feeding energetic costs. Okay, now a blue whale that is this size, when they get it on, you can only make about one baby. You can make one calf, because it costs too much energy to make more. As animals get bigger, the general trajectory is they have less offspring, because it costs too much energy, right? So they have one calf, which I think they grow like 250 pounds a day, which is crazy. But a teeny tiny animal, such as krill, like one of the most abundant animals in the world, they can reproduce a ton. They can make so many babies. It's like when you, when you like break open a spider sack and a ton of spiders spill out. It's like your worst nightmare ever. Yeah, it's because they're tiny and it doesn't take as much energy to create that thing. So that's reproductive. When it comes to feeding, blue whales, I think the number is they gain 90% more energy than it takes to feed. They are so efficient feeders, because they have the neck, their throat and stomach expand when they open their mouth and engulf a bunch of seawater. It expands almost double its size. And then they take in about, I think, 40,000 liters of water in a mouthful. And then they are baleen whales, which means they have plates they don't have teeth. Those would be toothed whales, like orcas and beluga whales and like dolphins, right? Those are toothed whales. But baleen whales are filter feeders. They bring in all the seawater and then they exert it through these plates. It's not teeth, they are baleen, which are made of keratin, the same thing that your hair and fingernails are made out of. And they're like really closely layered plates that they push the water out, and the krill gets stuck, and then they swallow the krill, and I think they eat like 4 tons of krill per day. Yeah, blue whales, big boys, chunky boys, big guys, big boys.